Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode where I fix my first ever city in Cities Skylines. Now guys, we have had some ups, we have had some downs. The biggest problem that I'm kind of facing in this game right now is because of how big this city is. It's around about like 400,000 population. It simulates so slow. Right, so any fixes that I've implemented in the past few episodes, which a lot of them have done really well and cleared quite a bit of traffic, but any new fixes that I implement in, it kind of takes around 10, 15, to some points 20 minutes before we find out if it worked or not, and that's kind of annoying. So what I've done since last episode is I've let the game simulate for a good solid hour. So I can see where the traffic now lies, if any of the kind of past stuff that I did is actually working, and we can really see where the momentum is heading as we progress even further. Now in this episode I want to work on a few areas that we haven't really touched upon just yet, and that is down to the fact that if I fix those areas and just generally kind of fix a lot of the areas, and then the traffic can flow through it, it might alleviate other areas. You see what I mean with this? You see what I mean? But it's very interesting what's been happening lately, and we're borderline getting there, and hopefully we can work our way up to getting that luxurious 70% traffic flow. Hopefully this episode, fingers crossed. But anyway guys, if you have been enjoying this little mini series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when more episodes do come out. But we are back, boys. So as of right now, after leaving the game simulate for over an hour, we're up to 66% population. Now you might be thinking, well, that really hasn't increased much. You can't be doing that good of a job, Seniac. And what I've kind of noticed is stuff like little fixes like this we did works wonderful. And occasionally you do get a little bit of a backup. The trains have a little bit of an issue, but it's not the fact that there's a traffic jam. That's not the kind of case with this. Can I kind of see this? We just have like one line that goes across there, and there really isn't any other lines apart from over here. So like a centralized train line could be ideal too, but it's just one of those things. I'm not really focusing on the train traffic at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, we've kind of got like this now, because it was all like, that's the thing. Once this is now cleared, the backlog then begins over here. So when you do clear that, you think, yes, the percentage must have increased. But in reality, it stays the same because the traffic just moves down to here. So at least it shows us where some of the issues are now lying. I've actually kind of played around with this. This is really weird. It's like counterintuitive with these two roads here. But this is a flyover road that kind of doesn't allow them to crisscross on the junction, alleviating the junctions. But what I've done there, it seems like to be a lot of traffic, but I've split it into like an asymmetrical road where it goes into 3 lanes, obviously left, right, or straight on. And that brings a lot of traffic in itself. Now, there isn't really that much traffic under there. It's only when it filters into this single lane, it's kind of deemed of, being a little bit too much traffic. But it's kind of interesting. It really is. I've been kind of like watching it do what it's got to do, and things seem to be rocking and rolling in the right direction. Now, I don't want to get fixated on any of these fixes or kind of stuff that I've done in the past, because they're doing its job. The issue is further up the road. Now, around here, I could disperse the traffic a little bit easier, but I don't want to get stuck into that method. I want to fix areas that I haven't come across, because sometimes fixing areas like, say, like around here might alleviate that, because then you might create quicker routes and stuff like that, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So that is what we're going to focus on today. Now, let's take a look at the traffic anyway. So we're currently at, well, it's gone down to 64%, so it's fluctuating right now. We have areas like up here. We have areas like going across here. I want to kind of take a little bit of a deeper dive into and see what the actual issue is. Now you can see that there is a tunnel. For some unknown reason, there's a tunnel that comes around here, down there, to there, which has created its own stacked double junction, which makes no sense. It really doesn't. So that there literally bypasses all of this to over here, where in reality they could have like just come up, gone round a roundabout, down here, down there. I mean, I suppose it's like a zigzag that they're doing. and whatnot. Now, do I keep true to the original idea of having that tunnel, or do I get rid of that tunnel altogether? If I was to keep true to the idea, my first kind of thing I would do is, I'm in tunnel mode right now, is get rid of that double junction for some unknown reason why that was happening, and then just go for a straight connection there. And then what I could do is I could split it here into a 3-laner. Again, this is the other thing that I'm kind of battling against in this series, is do I stay true to my original designs in the city, or do I completely chop everything down and redesign it correctly? And that is what I'm always fighting. And I kind of do want to stay true to my original design to some extent, so it is what it is at the end of the day. So that gives a few little different turning lanes, which would hopefully alleviate the traffic. But we can see a huge backlog starting here, going all the way up to here. Now, there's something going down over here, which is not looking too good. Straight away, I can see this junction's a little bit too close to either this, which kind of stops them down in areas. And we'll do it just here as well. So that's kind of the side that I didn't really get to fix. And then what we do is we normally then place in little roads to connect through like that. And hold on, boys. So rather than on the junction, we alleviate and move the traffic further down. And we could really do with one up here, which I think I'll place just there. Right, good stuff. So with that now done, what is the issue here? Is it the double stack junction there? Is it the fact that we just have general traffic lights on? Is it, let me just get rid of the traffic lights in general. Is it the fact that we need to do lane management? Well, we're going to find out now. So let me just kind of go as far back as we can in that line. And how far back does the traffic... Okay, it doesn't really stick too far over there. There's traffic lights there. Okay, right, sweet. So. Let me first distinguish what's going down with this turning section here. So you make everybody understand what lane they kind of need to be in, which will then divide the line of traffic leading up into their separate lanes. We have a little bit of an issue over here as well, which that can be straight on. That is obviously, of course, turn. Straight on. I'll make them both merge into one lane on the turn there to keep this section flowing from that side. And they should then hopefully disperse into their lanes correctly. So it looks like the majority of them want to make that right-hand turn to go straight on to get up to here, don't they? Yeah. So then my next question would be, if I made them continue to go straight ahead here, could I do some kind of connection onto this? Would that alleviate some of it? Or do I make them... Do I not have that connection and make them all turn out this way, but then it'll cross over that traffic? Do I make a road that comes out to here to utilize this little bit of dead space leading out? Right, let's find out. So if I brought this out to, let's say, by 15. And then kind of bend this around to there. To there. Now, I'm not sure how much damage that is going to do. But if I can make people do a right-hand turn to do that, because there's not much traffic they're going to crisscross over there. It alleviates that junction a little bit and gets people rocking and rolling and going to move in a whole lot easier. You just got to give it some time to clear it through. But a big issue is them trying to merge over to there with that lane as well. But we just let it do what it's got to do. Those guys are trying to merge in as well. Now, I wonder why they're trying to merge in. So if I made them all go straight here. Like that and to there. So stop the merging happening so soon to keep everyone kind of flowing. No one's taking that junction just yet. But I just want to disperse the traffic first, because I know they're all trying to get up to here. Now, they're going up to there to get on the roundabout to go back down. For now, right, guys, for now, can I just do something like this? Just to kind of bypass it so I can get the traffic flowing quickly. That's all I'm doing, okay? It won't stay. I promise you that right now. So it looks like no one wants to really use this. No one really wants to use this. But what we now do is we get the lanes in set up so they get into their correct lane a lot earlier on. We make it where that is the right-hand turn. That is the 3-lane split. And that does a right-hand turn there. So again, people get into their correct lanes a whole lot earlier on. So we've cleared the traffic just here for the moment. Everyone's now trying to merge into said lane to get to where they need to get to. Where does that tunnel... Oh, that's the tunnel that goes under there, doesn't it? All the way over here. Which we've seemed to disperse quite nicely. No issues over there right now. So what seems to be the issue here now? Is it the amount of junctions that we have? So we allowed them to continue to flow like that. And it's because they're on such a 90-degree turn right now. There we go. So I wonder why no one wants to take this. Because they're still obviously going up here to go around and down. That would obviously be the quicker route. And they're all filtered into one singular lane right now. Do they not understand about the lane updates? This is what I mean. Like, you do a fix and you got to wait a while before they, like, the game processes what you've just done. So this is all just generally to kind of clear this little bit of a backlog. So we played the waiting game. Now, obviously, not everybody wants to go and do a right-hand turn. Oh, snap. That's why it is. Hold on. I just realized what it is. You're so dumb, Sediak. You're so dumb right now. Oh, that's hilarious. I just realized what I'd done. I realized the boo-boo that I made. Right, if I get rid of all the lane management on this, so they can flow and crisscross lanes and whatnot, just generally get them moving again. So me, I forgot I put the lane management on. So this, obviously I've caused another backlog right now, but it's actually kind of disappeared from going down here. That's a good sign. So we just got to naturally clear this little backlog, which that will slowly start moving. We've got lanes, well, not dedicated, but they can kind of go to where they need to get to. And it should slowly disperse. So for every vehicle that takes that right turn there, it's one less going up to that side. And then that should slowly start moving. So we got lane management going on there. Right, I'm going to make that go straight ahead. Again, counterintuitive, but I'm trying to clear this. It's actually all gone there. It only comes down to here right now, so we should be able to clear that a bit more. So I'll try and fast forward the game, even though this is not really fast forward mode right now. It's terrible, isn't it? It really is. So I'm really only just waiting for that little section to now clear, which they should be able to do. It's fairly easy. I've made that right side go ahead, which I think I'll now remove. It's kind of not needed. It's causing me issues. And right, we'll allow them guys to kind of go straight ahead. So it is this little double junction that is kind of messing with us right now. We have an issue here, two of them trying to make a left-hand turn. Right, we'll get that sorted next. A few vehicles there trying to cross over. So if you think about it, if we kept this, all this lane going like this, they should then stay in. Well, make them do that turn as well. They should stay in either the two right-hand lanes, and then these guys coming across can be in that lane. Which should sort it all out again. So we're clearing it a bit there. Right, I'll give that some time to pass through. Let's take a look at this then. So as of right now, they're trying to make that left-hand turn, which can get caught up by what looks like first traffic lights there. So if they're backlogging there, they all can't make a right-hand turn. But obviously, because the main flow of traffic is making that left-hand turn, sorry, not right-hand turn, they have to cross over two sets of traffic, don't they? So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to do a little bit of an overpass to make it really easy for these guys. So, let's go for an asymmetrical road just here. So pause it for a... No, actually, I won't pause it. Oh, do I want an asymmetrical... I do want an asymmetrical road, but I want to go for the one that's got the... Oh, that's a free... Can you not get a 2 and a 3? Do I have any 2 and a 3 roads? Is that a 2 and a 3? Yes. Okay, delete that. No, actually, don't delete that. And... Right, pull it back to that. Now, this is going to be magical if this is going to be possible. Right, we have to anarchy that in. Right, it looks mental. Okay, guys. It looks mental what I'm about to try and do right now. Right, bring that by 7 to there. I'm going to have to use the move it tool. Right, okay, listen, I know it looks mental. Just bear with me on this one. This is going to be a good little system. So, move it tool right now. If I get it all set up correctly, I don't think I need to do anything there. So, how it works is, those guys trying to make that turn there, they can come up here, round and in. But the way I've set it up is, now I don't know how it's going to play out, but those 2 lanes there, coming from that direction, if they choose to use it, go like that. But then my problem is that they're stuck in doing a right-hand turn, aren't they? And some might want to go straight ahead. So what if I then just went bam, bam, like that. And that could go bam, bam. That could go bam, bam, like that. And then they can... They're both like in the middle lane. But I don't know how many people are going to use it. That is then dedicated to go that way. Which means that if you want to go down that road, you've got to be on the right side lane to go and use the overpass. Whew, that was quite challenging. It's also quite the delicious turn we've created. So we'll see how that gets utilised. It means traffic coming out here, going that way or that way, doesn't have to kind of pass over that traffic. These guys here are now stuck with going straight down because they were just caught up in that awkward lane management. And they're now going to take that, which will clear... Oh, there's an issue going all the way back over to here. Well, let me get rid of the traffic lights here. So that will bring more traffic down. So you can get so sidetracked with what we're doing, because like you think, oh, I'll fix this, and then you look up the road a little bit, and it's like, oh, there's more traffic up there. So leave that to do what this guy do. There's a lot of traffic here that's now going to flow through. So we see this area get quite bulked up again right now, but we just have to pretty much play the waiting game. Once it's cleared that backlog of traffic, then hopefully we should start to see some benefits. Yeah. So that original line right now is all cleared. It's got a little bit of an issue just here. Now, I don't know how good the traffic management is on this. So we'll sort that out right now. Let's do the straight overs first. Like that. Then we do all the right-hand turns on each junction. And then the awkward ones that cross over. So it's not the perfect method. It doesn't solve everything, but it kind of divides them into their junctions. So that little bit of backlog there that we get kind of gets separated evenly into their lanes. Leave it as that. Now, not to say I've solved big issues, but I'm up to 68% traffic flow. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And it should increase a little bit more as time passes by and this area gets sorted. We should slowly start to see some improvements. So let me just get rid of the traffic lights going down all the way down here. So yeah, we're going to see some traffic in this area for quite some time until that huge backlog has been completely cleared. Now, we have a connection there. Do I get rid of that to allow them to kind of go down, round and in, or down here and in that way? Now, I'll leave it for now, because I'll be interested to see what actually happens in this little section. I really will. So that's all been cleared through. We got a little bit of an issue there, but again, give it time. It should clear. Like I said, we're now down to 67. So it is fluctuating. That's pretty good. So solve some issues there. We got some issues just here, but that's okay for now. We got backlog issues leading up to here. So let's kind of take a look at this real quick. First things first. Pause. Get rid of this. That little system there. I don't like it. And then we'll put a... Well, get rid of that one as well. We'll put then in a little connecting road. Wrong type of road. Connection like that. Do it same here. Which leads them in. Great stuff. And then that will do its thing. Again, that will slowly clear it. It naturally just clears itself by doing that. I mean, sometimes you might get traffic lights that appear that I just get rid of. And over here, yeah, they've elevated as bridges. I don't know why. But yeah, sometimes that naturally just clears it. So again, leave that to do what it's going to do. So I'm going to leave this area right now then. We'll just see what those fixes do over time. And let's take a look now then at the traffic flow again. Because this is a great indication of where we can see traffic. So we got a little bit of an issue over here. So let's take a look. So it seems to be that that is a highway coming all the way over. Right. We have issue of vehicles trying to go out. Now, what if I manipulated this into being something a little bit different? So what if I did the 4-lane national road? Now, the reason for it is I can utilize this road that we have in, but then kind of make it go back. So then that then becomes the 2-lane there. And then we take a 2-lane off it to connect there. So we can implement something going along those lines. And now, granted, it didn't kind of need to be 4 lanes. And technically, I should be making that a 1 lane. But we'll see how much traffic gets used by it. So, yeah, by doing that again, let me get this sorted. I will make this go straight ahead. That be the right-hand turn. That goes straight ahead, and that come from there. That goes straight ahead that way. Now, I've done it a little bit different to what you would normally do it. I'm basically saying these people coming in here can't make that left-hand turn. They go up the road a bit more and do that turn. Just so that they're not using it like a shortcut, even though they wouldn't. But that gives us a few little options. So, no traffic lights. Keep flowing and moving. And... I mean, there wasn't really an issue there anyway on that junction, but we've kind of added an additional way to get out of this area onto the highway system. Granted, it's only really pushing up in that direction and then back up to here, but it's something, right? You can see by the vehicles like on it, it's some benefit to them. But then we've got this issue here. Ooh, and ooh, damn, there's a big issue coming down here. Right, let's solve this one. Right, let me just kind of take a quick look again at the traffic flow. So it looks like coming down here. So rather than solving this, we do the root cause. And it seems to be turning in and out of this road. Now, this road comes down here, goes down there and there. So when you look at it from this point of view, we have this road from the roundabout and the highway. And rather than using the 6-lane roads, which it should, it's using the cut-through road. Which is not a great idea. So, I'm going to delete that there. So you can't then use that as a complete cut-through road. We'll add in a road connection. Let's pause a second. That comes through there. Now, granted, that is too close to that junction. But I'm trying to give alternative routes out of this area than just that one. We'll then check out our good old friend, ye olde traffic lights. Which pretty much I'm just slowly turning off all traffic lights in the city, aren't I? But what I'm trying to do is I'm turning them off for the sole reason so I can create the flow coming through. Maybe at some point I'll turn them back on. You never know. You never know. So that does what it needs to do. First things first, on the big boy junction, we'll sort this out as opposed to that goes that way, that goes that way, and that goes that way. So you're dedicated and sorted into your lanes from the get-go, right? Which might disperse the traffic a little bit more evenly on these roads leading up. And so we've got rid of this here. That little flow of backlog of traffic inside of this region needs to pass through. And then vehicles coming to and from this road will then take the 6-lane roads rather than cutting in to the middle of this little neighborhood. So that will take some time to disappear through. I'll make this pretty much standard. I'll make that all go straight as well. I'll only do this side of the road because that is where the traffic is coming from. So if I do it like that, a lot earlier up the road, they sort out what lane they kind of need to be in as they disperse down this area. So the point's there that they're trying to do it. And then I can then properly see the majority of the traffic and where it wants to kind of go. And that will lead me then to figuring out maybe a better alternative route, setting up systems, overpasses, bypasses, underpasses, all the passes you would like. All of them right now. And again, once that backlog clears, because I don't know if there is any issues around this area. I don't know until I've cleared this backlog, because this backlog is creating all the backlogs in all the different directions. So that's what we kind of need to figure out and find out. Now, it is slowly moving. It is slowly moving. So a lot of them are trying to make that little bit of a left-hand turn to go down here. So then the question then becomes, why don't I utilize the highway and have a little turn off? You know what I mean? Seems a good idea. So then the question begs, where do I do that? So I think we should do it like this. We should have a singular road here. So like we got there. Let me bring this down because I keep making bridges, don't I? So if I have that come out to there like that, and then have that come straight down to there, I've separated them. Right, I'm going to get rid of these little bridges they're making. They're annoying me. I've separated the turn-off points. Right. And then we should really then switch this up to a 2-lane highway. Obviously for traffic purposes. And that... because obviously a lot of them are coming down here to make a left-hand turn. They could hit the highway and come off there. But a lot of these guys can hit the highway to go on that way. You know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get rid of the traffic lights just there to keep them moving, rocking and a-rolling. And we'll see what happens on the dispersion of traffic on that point. So this is quite a big area now. I'm now like, that's affected that I'm trying to solve. So I feel like this is going to take a long time to simulate. I mean, we've got solved the issue with the backlog of traffic inside of this little section here. That's now gone. It's just now treating this junction. So we also have traffic coming from this direction, which is not a lot. And that's literally backed up because these guys are backed up. So we'll see what happens. There's going to be issues that now arise from this junction system. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Once I start seeing this slip road here backing up and filling up with traffic, then I'll add in multiple lanes for it. Did it create traffic lights? Yeah. So leave it to do what it's got to do. That should slowly start shifting. So that area is still nice and clear. Right. Now, is everybody here trying to either go straight ahead or make that turn? Looks like it. Which the only reason we got like a backlog of traffic right now is, one, there's traffic lights. Now that's not the main reason. It's the 90-degree turns that they're doing is one of the main reasons. So if I try and set up some lane management to a certain extent, like that is obviously, well, can I do it straight ahead? Yeah. So that goes in that lane. I'm trying to utilize all the lanes. And that's pretty much how it breaks down. I wonder how much of that junction I've then like made it flow. It'd be interesting to see. So I can really understand, like, is everyone just going on here to make that left-hand turn to get up to there? If that's the case, I can kind of make a little overpass to kind of connect over to get them onto the highway a whole lot easier. But I'm starting to see gaps and breaks in the roads around this area. So sorting that out has slowly increased the flow around this area. But it's still going to take some time, granted. So then it uncovers the actual issues in this area, which is pretty much what we just tried to solve. So there's a problem here with the crisscross of traffic, right? There is a problem there, the crisscross of traffic as well, and there's a problem by the looks of it of all the vehicles trying to get out of this area too. Now, if we set it up to where it's literally only a turn that they can do, and that is how the traffic then flows on this point. We make the junction restriction where they flow straight out. That then should slowly start alleviating some of the traffic coming out right there. No one's crisscrossing over one another. These guys are trying to go straight ahead. So are they trying to go straight ahead from... Is that industrial? Yeah. You know what I'm thinking? Cargo train is what I'm thinking. Right. Okay, where is the nearest... I don't think there's a train track over here, is there? Where is the nearest train track? How do I see rail? Train track goes up outside there, comes back in. So we got some rail up here. Ah, we got some rail up there and to there. So I need to bring something in over here. Right. Keep it local so they don't all push out this one side of the area. So if I placed one... If I placed one here... Right. Then it might gravitate to being a big export area, then everyone around this area goes to that. So it's one of those things. I do it, I then see where the repercussions are, and then add something else in down the road. We'll add one in over here, because it seems like to be like a dead end. So wherever I can utilize trains, we do it. So make this Y quite large. There we go. So that's sound then. That should do what we need it to do. Give it some water. So the reason we're placing one over here is because if this whole area here wants to start using that one, I've got one over there that they can utilize more. So is that a cargo airport? No, it's just a standard airport. Right. I'm going to have one there, but I feel like I need one up here as well. So bring in this. I mean, it's all residential, to be honest with you, isn't it? Right, I've got it there anyway, if needs be. And, okay, right, let's get the train line. Actually, where am I going to bring the train line from? I could literally underground it all the way up and then pop it up on this side. Which is probably going to be the easiest one to kind of attempt to do. So bring it up to there. Elevate it to 0. And then I do it in by 6x6s. Right, do it to there. And again, make sure we've got a long enough Y section so trains don't get stuck on it. There we go. Sweet, mate. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So yeah, that should have all the water, all the power, all that kind of jazz. It'd be interesting to see then how much traffic gets implemented over here, because at the minute it's like cargo coming to and from the industrial area. So if they can throw on a train, they can disperse a little bit easier. See how it goes. But that little section right there, and this is kind of now all sorted a little bit. Utilising the turn-offs here, which is good to see. Still got a huge backlog of traffic coming down, but that is literally because I'm still filtering a load of traffic on this road. You can see the backlog of traffic that we got going on right now, which is going straight ahead. Is there traffic lights here? Yeah. I'll just get rid of the traffic lights to kind of somewhat keep it flowing. And they're pretty much all just trying to get into the industrial area. That is literally what they're trying to do. So we have traffic lights from what I can see in here. Get rid of them to keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep it rocking, keep it rolling. And are we starting to see anybody use this yet? I think it will be some time before we do. Oh snap, hold on. That's a complete inlet road. And we have everybody all over the place, don't we? No wonder everyone's trying to filter out of that way. Well, there must be a reason for it. Is it because I was trying to create a one-way system? I think that's what I was trying to attempt, wasn't it? So what I'll do is, I'll pause it for a minute, and we'll do it like this. That 2 lanes to go in that way, that 2 lanes go that way. And we'll pick this middle one to go that way and that way. Right, I've got an idea to how we can play about with this. That goes... Oh, hold on. That goes straight on. That does a turn there. That goes straight on. So I don't have that one to come down from that direction. So what I can say is that turns that way. And that goes bam, bam. That turns that way. And that goes bam, bam. And this goes wabam and wabam. And then they can disperse in the directions as they get further up this road. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that plays out now. That should make that junction flow a little bit. I didn't realise that was a one-way road. I literally did not realise that was a one-way road. So that'll be interesting right now to see how it dispersed. It really would. Again, it's going to take a while before people start using that train line. Still filtering vehicles like crazy. It makes complete sense now. It really does. So I could set it up as well. I could set it up where they didn't exit here. And they can only exit on this section. Could be interesting. But it might push then all the traffic onto this junction as I try and get into there. So I'll leave it to as it is right now and just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So I'm just waiting now until we start seeing vehicles using the export area. And now I know that everyone's going to want to kind of go down this road. So do I create an overpass? That could be my next master plan. Is to create an overpass. I don't know how well that would work. But I'll just see what happens with this, because this might slowly start clearing that, and then we could have a green light. So where are we at right now then? We're at 68%. Okay, so that should slowly start moving through. We don't really have any other issues up here. How's that junction over here doing now as time has passed by? So it's now more the fact that vehicles getting out of the area. Now, why are they being restricted so... Oh, how long has that been there? I do apologise, guys. That should mean that they can move a whole lot easier. And let me just set this up as well. Right, that should get them vehicles moving. And that should then solve that little issue. Still got a lot of vehicles on this junction, but there's not that many if you think about it. Which is looking good. How's this over here? This is still pumping out vehicles like you won't believe. But it's not 70% traffic flow. I said it at the start of the episode. We got it, boys. We got that 70% traffic flow. So, like I said, you solve little bits and bobs and it will fix a little bit of issues here and there. So we're making that progress. Definitely making that progress. Right, that's all moved then. All good. This slowly move. Oh, look at them junctions. That junction's cleared quite heavily. which means that junction should eventually start clearing. That backlog of traffic coming up is almost gone, which means, I mean, there's a lot of vehicles trying to pump out in this direction, which are all coming down. 71% traffic flow. It's going to fluctuate now around about the 70%. But I've got issues everywhere else as we move slowly around the map. But we're getting there. We are making progress. We are slowly getting there. And like I said at the start of the series, 80% is my goal. Because I know I'm not going to solve everything because nobody builds a city like this, the way it's been built right now. 80% is the goal. We're 10% away. So another thing I could do just here right now, just to kind of like ease a little bit of pressure, is turn it into a 2-laner. So they can get into this lane if needs be to get out of that area. That should slowly bulk the traffic out. But it's not perfect. It is not perfect. Trains now starting to come in, which is good. So trains coming in means less vehicles driving in. Trains going out, which means less vehicles driving out. But I've got to clear that backlog for vehicles to filter out a whole lot quicker. But we'll get there, boys. We'll get there. Them junctions are now starting to clear a bit more, which is good to see. You see what I mean by you do a fix and it takes so long until you see any benefits because of how slow the game simulates? That's my issues right now. So we do have a building here. What is that building? It is a metro line. So that can now probably be utilized. The fact that we've got power on it. Is this one being used? Oh, the train just came from it. So that's being used. So there's benefits, boys. There's benefits right now. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad. So where was these issues over here anyway? Aha, I see him just here. So that's an issue. Oh, it's for a junction over there. That'd be kind of easy to solve. This is an issue for a later episode, guys. We've made some serious and sweet, sweet progression. That junction's clear. That's now starting to clear a bit more, which means this will start to clear. So we're still on 70%. Please say we're still on 70%. Yes. Progression, if I have ever seen it. So, guys, we gained around 4 to 5% additional flow in today's episode by solving some of the issues, which solving some issues kind of solve other issues that I don't need to touch. So it all has a knock-on effect. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.